ओम ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहि तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्री गुरुं परमानंदं वंदे स्वानंद विग्रहम् यस्य सनिध्यमात्रेण चिदानंदायते तनुः। In the last class, we were talking about Swadhisthana and Manipuraka chakra. So, as all of you are aware of each chakra, why it is called Muladhara, why it is called Swadhisthana, Swashabdena Prana iti. So that's why it is called Swadhisthana chakra. Then why it is called Manipura? Because of what? Because all the veins, all the nadis, not veins, nadis. There is difference between vein, nadi, okay? So nadi, you have to understand, it is invisible vein. So when you say invisible vein, that which carries the prana, you can say the subtle energy. So today's situation is not that good. Net is not working. Maybe you people don't want class, okay? Or I don't want to take class, either way. So I don't know really what to do. So because phone net is not work, not good, and the so-called our internet also not good. I think we'll change something. Okay, sorry. Coming back again to the point. That in the last class we discussed mainly this Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraka. So this Muladhara, because that's supposed to be Moolam, the root, the base, and that to beginning of all the chakras. Adhara, in fact, support. That's why I call Muladhara. Then Swadhisthana, Shwa Shabdena Prana iti. So Pranasya Adhisthana iti called Swadhisthana. Then comes Manipura. So in Manipura chakra, all the veins are joined together and it looks like a mani as well. And interestingly, that nadi is called here not veins, even though I first said vein. So nadi means that which carries the energy prana. So you can say invisible nadis. That's the right word would be. So this all these invisible nadis that are connected and it forms, it looks like a mani as well. That's why it is called Mani Puraka. And we saw that also, that this Mani Puraka chakra, which has got 12 wheels, and of course, Now, the person generally keeps traveling this life and death samsara chakra, the samsara chakra in the form of janma marana, life and death. That is very much connected to Manipura chakra. That's why I'll tell you one small trick. Before death of a person, depends upon person to person. I have observed few cases that especially in 1 week of time of death, the naval portion little bit changes. So that means you can see that navel is not centered. Some type of, you can say, disalignment take place. Few cases that I have observed, that's why I would like to add it here very carefully. How? Because all these are, for you information, okay? Don't take too many information, okay? Then every now and then check your navel, okay? Whether it is aligned or not, whether I'm going to die or not, okay? Don't worry. If you die, no problem, okay? Especially you are free. It will be problem for others, okay? So why to check for yourself, okay? And there is no need to check for others either, okay? That is that person's problem, okay? So in any way, there is no need, okay? But don't ask me questions. So how do you know? How do you know all these things? Okay, that is another thing. Verse number 24. Udram metrad adho nabhe kando yoni khaga ndavata tatra nadya samutpanna sahasranam disaptati. So even though this Manipura chakra is considered as the center of all nadis woven into a mani form, but in reality, the source of energy, the individual source of energy means individual prana storehouse is not in Manipura chakra. So it is in between. He says, Urdham Medhat Adhaha Nabhe. So on above of Medha. So where is Medha? So Medha we discussed that Swadhisthana and Manipura in between. Now, here he says there is something called Kanda. So this Kanda, which is supposed to be the source of individual prana, that is the storehouse. That happens to be below Manipura and above Medha. So that means we say physically little below that your navel region. Sometimes we make it in different text I have seen. It is 3 angulum. Angulum means your finger, okay? So you can put 3 fingers below your navel region. So that would be appropriate place. And that is the storehouse of one's own prana. That's why in the last class we discussed that culturally we are not supposed to expose that area to anybody, and moreover not to be kept it open. That's why while dressing we cover that, unlike nowadays, okay? That's why people don't have energy. Then you can say, how can you say they have more energy than any one of us? Yes, don't worry. So you will see in due course of time. And here, why this is being said very nicely. Also, one should really understand that when you look at this aspect, that this skanda, where especially all the nadis and mainly we say 10 nadis play big role over there. And some places here, in fact, it's going to say very carefully that there are 27 nadis which are going to play big role. In fact, when a person starts looking at this aspect, also must know how to handle this situation. And among all these nadis, also the person must understand these saptati should be 72. These saptati. So there are 72, not I said in the 27, which is wrong, okay? So there are 72 nadis are important, even though thousands, but among 72, most importantly, 10 are important. Let us go through the verses so that it becomes easier, okay? Or else we'll be talking differently. Okay. Here he says also, Tatra Nadyah Samutpana Sahasranam Di Shaptatihi. So if you look at from that place and what is called as a Kandaha, and this looks like Khagandavat. So Andavat of Khaga. So Khaga means a bird. The egg of a bird. That means not very big, okay? So it's very small size. It's like a ball. So that means if we look at, keep the, this egg not in horizontal but vertical way. So how does it look? In the same way, now this called Kandaha looks. And interestingly, when this Kanda from there arises 72,000 nadis, Sahasranam Di Shaptatihi. So we have 72,000 nadis. I think today really not good at all. I'm trying my best to connect and connect. Nothing is happening. When you are really in a mood to talk, this is what happens, okay? Okay, I think we did not do proper job today. So quickly, again. So if you look at this Kanda aspect, that this happens to be the storehouse of my individual energy, the prana. This looks like Khagandavat, looks like the egg of a bird. And that too, if you keep the egg in horizon, in vertical way, not in horizontal way. And so that becomes the source of energy. And interestingly, from there are 72,000 nadis are coming from, they arise from that location. That's why that becomes very sensible area. In fact, interestingly, I can say that incidental note. Why a child is connected to mother? Because of this. The womb, in that womb, all the nadis. Now, definitely, the child is fully connected with the prana of mother. That's why the child and mother always go together incidental. Continuing. Tesu nadi sahasresu dishaptapti udahritah pradhana pranavahinyah bhuyastashu dasasmrutah. So among sahasra nadisu, among thousands of nadis, means 72,000 nadis, di saptati udahritah. So that means only 72 are important. And again, from 72, pradhana pranavahinyah bhuyah tasu dasah smrutah iti. So among this is 72, but only 10 nadis are important for us or significant because they are the carrier of prana. So these 10 becomes important. It is exactly like, when this nurse and doctors look for vein, there are thousands of veins. But when they want to give injection, so they are only interested in a particular vein. You understand how they do not trick, tight this, that, this thing, do this few times. Huh? And there are places they just touch like without the mind come out, okay? Like this, okay, oh, visible. And sometimes they take long time to search. And some doctors, they treat like animal, okay? When I say animal, see how they give injection to the animal. So like that they do not. So they heat in such a way. So then after that they do all these things so that the vein is visible, not available, okay? Visible. So even if there are thousands of veins, but the doctor or nurse looks for certain veins which is easier to, give the medicine, to induce the medicine. So also, even though there are thousands of nadis, among them, even though 72 nadis are important, But these 10 nadis becomes significant for an individual as they carry specific prana. And question may arise, who are they? And of course, what are their job? First, who are they? Now he says, Ida cha pingala chaiva Shushumna cha tritiyaka Gandhari hastajivha cha Pusha chaiva yasaswini Alambusha kuhuschaiva Shankhini dasami smrita Etan nadimayam chakram Gyatavyam yogibhi sada. So he says, you don't have to worry. I remember few names because you have been remembering many things in your life, okay, which is not required actually. It is better to remember these things than what you remember. So the first one, it says Ida. Second one, because very nicely this we have put it, Ida generally left side. Then Pingala right side. Third is Susumna, that which is in center. So among, remember, incidentally, I would like to say 72,000 nadis, among them 72. From 72 comes 10. From 10 comes 3. And from 3 comes only 1. So that is called Yoga Shastra in short. Is it clear? 72,000. From 72,000 comes 72. From 72 comes 10. From 10 comes 3, Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. From 3 comes 1, that is called Sushumna. So when a person is able to manage the whole breathing, whole prana through Sushumna, is called a Siddha Purusha iti. I think class is over. So no more Goraksha Samhita, okay? So you all know now. I think I should stop, okay? However, so Ida left, Pingala right, Susumna center, then Gandhari. So Gandhari happens to be left eye, we'll see in details. Then comes Hasta Jivha, right eye, Pusha, right ear, Yasaswini, left ear, Alambusha, here is a throat and digestive system related to that. That's why when you are not able to speak something, you'll discover your digestive system will be affected. So amazing thing happens. That's why we take care of digestive system very well because of this alambosha. And in fact, when your digestive system also doesn't work, you'll discover all sort of throat pain happens. Let us not get into that. Kuhu is linked to this Jananindriya, and this Sankhini is to speech and perception. So these are the 10 nadis. Etan nadimayam chakram gyatavyam yogi visadha. So a yogi is supposed to know, in fact, should always understand these nadis and their functions. If you are interested to understand the framework of your body, how it functions, how it responds. Because at the end of the life, you when will have only time, remember that is the time. If you are introvert, this helps a lot. Or else very difficult to face one's own self. However, maybe another three we can process see because already we have seen just reading. Ida vame stita bhage pingala dakshine stita shushumna madhya deshe tu gandhari vama chakshusi dakshine hastajivha च पूषा कर्णे च दक्षिणे यशस्विनी वामकर्णे ख्यानने चाप्यलम्बुसा कुहुश्च लिङ्गदेशे तु मूलस्थाने च शङ्खिने एवं द्वारं समाश्रित्य तिष्ठन्ति दशनाड्ययः. So whatever we discussed here, same thing is being talked, nothing much. So he says, look, so I said Sankhya is connected, but here Sankhya says very carefully, there is little difference. So Sankhini is connected to Mulastani, Muladhara. So let us look at once more what verse says. Ida Bame Stita Bhage Pingala Dakshine Stita. So Ida is located left side of the body, stands for left nostril. Pingala now is in Dakshine, so your right nostril. Very simple. That's why, interestingly, it does not. I remember one thing. This, when we look at this left and right, Ida Pingala means Ida left, Pingala right. That is only from above the navel region. In fact, leg corresponds differently, incidentally. So when I say leg corresponds differently, actually right leg is connected to Ida, left leg is connected to Pingala. Which you yourself can make out. That's why when we do namaskar, especially, so we make sure that right leg should be above left leg. Whether you do sashtanga or you kneel down. So we make the cross. Leg is supposed to be crossed as a rule. So that's why if you observe anybody, do not lift one leg after another leg and does namaskaram. That means the person must be initiated, must be knowing the trick of tradition. Whereas what people they do straight, they fall. So which is technically not right at all. Okay, so when the right leg comes above left leg, why generally we do? To make sure that consciously your Ida is, is predominant. So you don't allow Pingala to be predominant. Generally, when you are with deity or guru or this sort of things, when you do namaskara, your energy will be high, Pingala will come. So if the Pingala becomes stronger and again you make it stronger, definitely things will not work. So when Pingala is strong, so we make sure we have to convert to Ida. So this conversion time from Pingala to Ida, sometimes conveniently it will go through Susumna. In fact, I remember This is what I have been taught by one beautiful Baba in Odisha, because I had explored a lot during that time. So he was very nice. He was teaching me a few things. There we follow exclusively. Sometimes, left will be on the top of right. Sometimes right on the top of left. So there was no rule as such, because suppose you discover that your Ida is predominant. So that time you are supposed to keep left leg on the top of right leg. That's why before doing namaskaram, you are supposed to check your breathing. Remember this trick. Before doing namaskaram, you are supposed to check your breathing. Whether the breathing is in Ida or is in Pingala. And if you feel neither it is in Ida or Pingala, you can do literally just putting right on left, no problem. That is standard rule. Whereas if you discover it is in what? In Pingala. So if it is in Pingala, what is to be done? So you need to make sure Ida to be activated. So that means what is to be done? So make sure that the right leg should come above left. No, left leg should come above right. Okay, I hope you understand the logic or not it. Okay, once more I would like to say, left is Ida, right is Pingala. Okay, now right leg is Ida, left leg is Pingala. Now, if it is Pingala predominant, you are supposed to bring to Ida. So what is to be done? So you need to make sure that right leg is on left. Very simple, okay? And when you discover left nostril is predominant, put left leg on the top of right. Clear or not? Is it okay now? Hey, okay, this is the basic thing. Okay, I think with this I should stop today class. Look once more, starting from the beginning. Rule number 1. Before doing namaskaram, you are supposed to check your breathing. Clear? Suppose you discover the breathing is in right nostril. Now, right nostril has to convert it into left so that you will get susumna. Now, right nostril is connected to left leg. Okay? So if the right nostril is connected to left leg, so what is to be done? Now if you lift left leg, again your right nostril is going to be predominant. So I was wrong. Now right nostril should supposed to go on left. Okay, very simple. Now format is clear. When the breathing is in right, put the right leg on the left. When left nostril is predominant, keep the left leg on the right. Is it simple? And when you discover it is both, means you are not able to figure it out, don't worry. Put right on the left. So this is the trick of doing namaskara. Thank you, all of you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, all of you.